about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullet is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent...
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Ahmed Musa and Trust Ekong and other 21 others that actually make up the list that Super Eagles coach talking about Gnetro has actually unleashed on Central African Republic come October 7th, where they will play the World Cup qualifier. And also the stakeholders of the Nigerian Basketball Federation has said that the constitution at this point in time must be ratified before they actually go ahead with the constitution. Also ongoing is Sport Federation's election right there in the Moshood Abiola Stadium, and it has been mixed, reaction, getting to trade that particular election. Some people, some candidates has already, re-emerged as the president of those federation, while others are actually, lamenting at this point in time. This is how we start a Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. My name is Olawale Ayene, and I'll be your host for today. As you can see in the studio, I have Salif Usman on the show today.
Thank you, Wale. It's good to be here, and a lot of drama this at the national stadium. Stakeholders are in their usual characters. They are throwing culture to the week. So that's what I want to get to. So when we get to the program, we'll talk about it.
Of course, Alpha, welcome to the show. You are the stadium today?
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Hi, viewers. Yeah, sure. Just like Salif said, plenty of drama. We saw, of course, some unusual happenings. Even we are hearing that 10 years have been extended to 3 terms just to accommodate some certain persons. But well, if it's for the good of the game, no, after all, in sports, they don't really have a tenure thing. So if someone is doing well, and you feel you should extend to accommodate him, I really see nothing wrong in that.
Of course, we are still going to actually jump into that, but before we go that, we head straight to the news coming from the camp of the Super Eagles at this point in time, where Musa, Ekong, Hinacho, and 20 others have been selected for the double header between the Nigerian Super Eagles and the White Beast of Central African Republic. That match will actually come up 7th of October. The first leg at the Teslim Balogun Stadium before the second leg in Cameroon. That match will actually be played in Cameroon on the 10th of October. So at this point in time, Salif, if we're looking at the list that Pietro invited player that he are actually invited for this particular match, are you certain that we are going to have 6 points in the bag at the end of the 2-legged games?
Yeah, if you look at it, there's no any surprise in that list. It's the usual faces. The usual faces we already know them. And most of them are part of the last squad that they against the Liberia. So I think the list is okay, and that's how it's going to be. But definitely, I believe that if they play the way they played their last 2 games against the Liberians and the Cape Verde, definitely Central Africa stand any new chance to stop the Super Eagles.
Of course, looking at Francis Daniel Kwe, Manuka Okoye actually make up the goalkeeping department in that particular one. Chidozie Awozim, Kenneth Omero, Leon Balogun, William Trostekon, Olano, Jamilu Collins, Abdullahi Shehu, Kevin actually makes a return to that particular team. Kevin Akpo Guma actually makes a return also that actually make up the defense department. Midfield, looking at Franz Okoye, that plays for Brentford FC in England. Joseph Aribo, talking about Innocent Abonki, Alex Wobi, Kelechi Iheanacho, actually make up the midfield. And we have Ahmed Musa, Samuel Kalu, Victor Oseme, Moses Simon, Paul Unacho, and Chidera Ejike actually make up the striking force for that particular game. Alpha at this point in time, again, Tabo and also Wilfred Ndidi is actually missing out in this particular one.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Absence going to be felt.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you have a player like Wilfred in any team, I mean, even in Leicester City, we know how important he is. Recall when he was out, sometime last season for a couple of games for Leicester. I mean, during that period of time, Leicester didn't perform too well. So you can never really, downplay his importance in anything, especially to the Super Eagles team. So we're missing for that one. I haven't really been able to confirm if it's true injury, suspension, but I don't know why he didn't get that call up same for a table. But be that as it may, I think we have enough quality in the players who have been invited to prosecute these games, and it shouldn't be a case of underrating Central African Republic. These are teams that we really don't know much about. So, and this kind of teams can be really, really tricky when it comes to games like this. So, but I think we have enough quality to prosecute this game.
Of course, we have enough quality to actually prosecute the game. Actually, coming from Alpha at this point in time, it's going to be a massive one for we getting to play Central African Republic in Lagos at the Teslim Balogun Stadium. At this point in time, Super Eagles of Nigeria are actually getting to sit on on the group, as the group leaders in that particular group are following by Liberia with 3 points. Super Eagles has 6 points. Cape Verde have 1 point. Also, Central African Republic are actually the last country in that particular group. They also have 1 point from 2 matches. So, expecting that Super Eagles will do the needful here in Lagos, and when they go to Cameroon, they'll actually do the needful so that we can able to gather 12 points and we can actually confirm our place in the next one.
Sure. If we're able to win this double header, at least that's 6 points.
Just making up 12.
Making 12 points, I mean, with 12 points, you're as good as home and dry. So
Course.
I expect the Eagles to at least get 6 points in this double header.
Of course, we head straight to our next story. We're talking about basketball at this point in time, where the stakeholders have moved for the NBBF constitution to actually be ratified before the election into the board of that particular affordable. Salifo, looking at the stakeholders meeting that actually went down in the late hours of yesterday, we saw the sports minister, Sonny Dari, was in the meeting. Also, the president of the Nigerian Olympic Committee, talking about Bukume, also sat in that particular meeting, and we saw that the both, in quote, faction in the NBBF, talking about the Tijani Umar faction and the Musa Kida faction, are actually their representatives were there, and they were also there to actually charge a new course for the development of basketball in the country. Do you see this happening in 21 days? Because the 21-day ultimatum has been given to both parties for them to actually ensure that an election must go on.
Well, the crisis in Nigeria basketball federations is taking a twist every minute by minute. The more you get closer to the issues, the more you get confused.
The more you look, the less you see.
The less you understand about the problem issue. Now, yesterday, just like Wally rightly said, yesterday the stakeholders, in the presence of the ministers, the meeting was presided by the ministers. He actually called for the meeting, 10 each from the two camps to meet, and the officials from the ministries at the Nigerian Olympic Committee. They met over the course of 2 hours, and after the end of the meeting, both sides presented their own ground, presented their issues, and at the end of the day, they agreed in the instruction given by the minister. Okay, go ahead to 21 days. Point out the green area you feel need to be ratified in the constitution. You point out, put an electoral by the 21 days and come from there. But the new thing that has happened this morning is that there's a new release now from the ministry. Director of Elite Athlete, Dr. Bozai, just signed a release now saying that there is a constitution ratified by FIFA. So we don't know. Yesterday you came that okay, let the two party you wanted to mediate within the crisis. Okay, two of you should come back, bring your own position, bring your own, and let's harmonize this all together. And just within just 8 hours later, we are coming to speak another different thing. Dr. Jiboya gives you a statement like that there's a constitution defined by FIBA, and that they already have a communication between them and the FIBA, and based on that FIBA, that the election is going to be held in line with the constitution ratified by FIBA, and at the president of the NBBF at the moment now, who is the president of the NBBF? It is on the president of the NBBF, but by the way, they said they're referring to Kid and another. The president of the NBBF will call for the Congress. Will call for the Congress, and after the Congress comes to Congress and decide how the election process is going to go. That means we are going to give an advantage to one fraction. So I don't know what is really happening, but I pray that they will not try to plug the basketball into another deeper crisis. Although in this program, we say, okay, good that although it's coming, the minister has been in for almost 2 years now, and he inherited this crisis. Everybody expected him that within this period, he will have enough time to put everything in order, but unfortunately, he didn't took that line until this last minute, and this last minute that he's trying to do the need for another new dimension is coming before it. So nobody know what has happened between yesterday night around 10 o'clock and early this morning now that we are actually doing like okay that there's a constitution ratified by FIBA and that we are going to hold that that they have NOC and the minister will serve as a supervisor. Will survive the election, and they were even categorical on their statement that the non-Congress member that who are not a non-Congress member will not participate, will not be seeking to ratify any constitution. So that means they have already what they said yesterday. They have already now coming out and roll it out.
Of course,
so the course is not yet clear in basketball.
The course is not yet clear in basketball, but we actually know that it was the same scenario that actually played out in the AFL, but they were not actually given this avenue for both parties to actually come to a round table and for the minister to settle this issue. So, is there something different about basketball than AFL?
Well, I think maybe the recent success of the Tigers is a factor, whether we like it or not. I think really, genuinely, I think the minister, wants actually the crisis to come to an end, just like every Nigerian, but maybe the crisis is deeper than, the way we are seeing it, because at a point it looked like they were almost at a point where, again, we can resolution. Now then all of a sudden, a new twist altogether. So we don't really know, where basketball is at now. Elections even had to be postponed, at least just to even give enough room so that mediation will, things will be sorted out before the elections will come back. Because whether we like it or not, the elections must hold. So whether they keep postponing and all of that, the elections will still hold. Exactly. So I think it's best that both camps really come together and actually just shift their swords so that basketball can move forward for once and for all. Because enough of all these crises in different federations. And thankfully, for most of the elections I saw today, it went smoothly. And at least for now, no faction has come out. But you know how it is. Let it not be that we wake up tomorrow and someone will say he's not satisfied with the process. But from what I saw, the few ones I monitored, from what I saw, the process was smooth. And I really expect that, every other camp will close rank and just continue as one body.
It may look smooth on the peripheral face.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But what we are seeing on the open field, like okay, there's a transparent and open way. But the process that leads to where we are today is not free. It's not free.
Exactly.
Some people don't need to be free and fair. Some like now we were all of us were just coming down from that pen, and a lot of people were grumbling by the side that my name that I was removed, I was substituted, I don't know. I complained. They asking me to calm down for waiting. I'm not taking. And you can see what happened at the Muslim Federation where they came to the election. All of a sudden, all of them they wanted to throw the.
Of course, they
But at this point in time, we need to go for a short break. And when we come back, we have some videos to play because a whole lot have actually went down in the ongoing Sports Federation election that is actually going on at the Moshood Abiola Stadium right here in Abuja. But after this short break, we head straight into that particular package. Don't go nowhere.
It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and there he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Pull him is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo will win the Italian Grand Prix!
Gonzalo running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too, with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett down an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello, welcome from that short break. You're still Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. A whole lot of drama actually, played out in the early hours of today at the ongoing Sports Federation election. About 23, election. We're actually, expected to go for polls today, but some federation actually didn't were not allowed to go for that poll due to the internal, crisis, rocking at those particular federation like boxing federation. They said that the election will be actually need to shift it because of the bad blood among the stakeholders in that particular. But at this point in time, a whole lot of federation, the election has been decided. The likes of volleyball, handball, rugby, gymnastics, weightlifting, wrestling, and name it, table tennis has been decided. But we have some videos from the table tennis election. Prior to that election, there was a whole lot of, let's just say in quote, fighting. They're actually, arguing between, those particular stakeholders in that particular. My producer, you can actually play those videos now for me to see. But Khalifa, you saw what happened in the boxing, election. Just let our viewers actually know what really went on in that particular.
No, what really went down that what the electoral committees are just doing is out of the 23 elections, when it's obtained your time, they are calling federation by federation. When it's your time, you come out from the election. Then after popular election, so they announce the result. Then the next federation come out. When it was the time of the boxing, and they came out, and all of them, the delegates in good line up and sit down on their seat. And okay, when the moderator now come out, nominate, the election is just for the vice president and the president. Nominate. So two girls started. Another person said, "No, you can't nominate." And they are asking the moderator, "You can't dictate for us. We already have our own constitution. The constitution has to happen." And what is the green area? According to them, the constitution says that okay, if you are above 70, that automatically knock you out, not to serve as the president of the federation. Okay, according to somebody in code who is already at 73. They say he presided, he midwife that constitution, but now because the constitution is against him, you now say that they to set aside the constitution and go ahead with the election. And because of that, somebody no, you can't nominate anybody here. You can't nominate before you started calling who is your father, who is my father, who is my mother, who is my and all.
I decided displaying.
So they wanted to display what they know how to do best and the boxer wanted to bring to the way. Thank God the moderator has to intervene and okay, go outside, set through yourself, but I don't see them set through and coming back today. So, a whole lot of things happen there. Aside that, some sources too that also happened. Some of them, like you say, some people have emerged, like the Bowling Ball Federations. Thank God, former director of the General of the Sport Commission, in terms of the mode, wanted to challenge the new protocol. Unfortunately, it was beat black and white.
11-0.
11-0.
Yeah.
So,
That particular
so even as much I'm trying to seek the praise of the Nimro has done marvelous West volleyball. Yeah, in fact, so if there's anybody you want to talk about as a federation president, you give it to Nimro. He has done well. So I don't think anybody's in the right sense should even come out to challenge him, because at least he has given a new face to volleyball in Nigeria, and he deserves. Thank God that his people that recognize that and give him another 10 of himself.
My producer, if you have that table tennis. That was some scenes coming out from the Nigerian Tennis Federation election earlier today. So election where the fighting was about who will actually represent the South region zone in that in the board of the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation, and there was a whole lot of rancor in that particular one. A certain sport director was supposed to send the name of candidates that who actually come and vote for Cross River State. Another person came out and said he's the chairman of the Table Tennis Association and all that. A whole lot of scene actually played out today in that particular election. But at this point in time, a new person has emerged as the zonal representative of South South. He actually defeated Mr. Duke, who was there for over 16 years, and according to him, he has not done anything for the region for over 16 years, and it is high time that they need a power shift in that particular. But the former president of the Tennis Federation has returned, talking about Ishaku, he has returned, he has emerged on the polls in that particular federation. But Alpha, looking at the election generally, what you actually saw at the package of the National Stadium, can you tell us your reaction in all those elections that you actually witnessed?
Like I said earlier while commenting it, even though I said the process, on the surface looked, free and fair, but Telefo has come out to say, yes, it looks like, but I mean, he's absolutely right. Like while I was at the main entrance of the indoor sports hall, I can't even remember this tradition where a certain a person who was supposed to contest for the vice president, while he went for accreditation, he wasn't allowed. And what was the reason? That a letter just came in this morning. A petition was written against him, barring him from that. He shouldn't even come close
to the
election. I think he just took it in good faith. If not, I'm sure there would have been a serious problem there. He took it in good faith. I was trying to complain to some of his colleagues, and they were like, they will see who actually wrote that letter. Nobody wanted to tell him where the letter was coming from. So all kinds of things. But for the golf, well, we can say golf is more of a mature game. The election was smooth, where Tumba Rushawe emerged as president in that one, and of course gymnastics too went smoothly. Where the vice president, two persons were nominated as vice president, but one had to step down. So the other one went unopposed. So by and large, for most of the federations, it was peaceful. Handball also went smoothly too. I think that was the first election that held handball too.
It was a close call in handball.
No, it was a close call actually, 7-6. But it was smooth, and after the election, all of them, while journalists were trying to interview them, all of them rallied around him. Even the losers are, addressed together. So by and large, I think what I saw, I think it should be real. Let's maintain this kind of harmony. It shouldn't be all the time that we have an election and crisis. You have an election and those people never sit to even do what they've planned in their manifesto. Is crisis till the other for the next 4 years, and we are going back for elections again. So I really hope that this will work out this time, and also for basketball, also that teams will also be resolved. That let's have one house.
Of course, we are still going to have more discussion about the federation election, maybe now subsequent edition of Sports Orbit tomorrow. But at this point in time, we need to actually move on because my producer is telling me our time is almost up. Next story is where federation. Okay, let's go away from that. Tragedy as a thunder storm kills a caddy in TY Buratai Golf Club. That happened yesterday. A caddy named Emmanuel Abasi was yesterday struck dead by thunderstorm following the rainfall in the nation's capital. Yesterday we just actually pray for the soul of Emmanuel Abasi to actually rest in perfect peace. Away from that. Nigeria delivers sport development plan, Abuja initiative for Africa. At this point in time, we know that the ANOCA actually had a 40 years anniversary, which actually started on Monday and it has actually run through yesterday. Actually ended yesterday, and about sports ministers in Africa. Actually, they have actually sat down in the round table to actually charge a way forward for sport to actually develop in Africa to actually meet. The other continent for them to actually ensure that lesser country actually get to be involved and get more representation when it comes to sport generally in Africa. And they're actually looking at Egypt, getting to a bid for the 2036 Olympic Games. That is actually coming from the sports ministers in Africa, Egypt, Algeria, Ghana, and Nigeria. They were the sports ministers in that particular meeting with the rest of the NOC presidents in all the African countries. We head straight to this next one where I want to score more goals and assists. This is actually coming from the Super Eagles midfielder, talking about Joseph Aribo in that particular one. La Liga cuts down £3 million from Barcelona spending in that particular one. And looking at the Champions League results that actually went down yesterday, we saw Benfica getting to defeat Barcelona. That was the heaviest defeat in yesterday.
Atlanta this morning.
Koeman,
has been sacked.
of course, he's in the news at this point in time that Barcelona is said to actually sack David Koeman at this point in time. Koeman at this point in time. But looking at the results on your screen, Atlanta defeated Young Boys 1-0, and Petersburg 4-0 winners over Malmo. Bayern Munich actually humbled Dynamo Kiev 5-0. Benfica, I just said it earlier, 3-0 winners over Barcelona. Juventus actually defeated the reigning champions Chelsea 1-0 right there at the Turin Stadium. Manchester United from a late kick by Cristiano Ronaldo ensured that they get to defeat Samuel Chukwueze's side, talking about Villarreal 2-1 in that particular one, while Red Bull Salzburg actually lost to Red Bull 2-1. Wolfsburg and Sevilla has to actually share the Spurs right there in Germany. But Salif, we'll quickly go. Let's get your reaction in all these stories we have actually listed out before now.
The story, the Barcelona, the Barcelona crisis is both on the pitch and off the pitch. Why the La Liga is also dealing with them, talking about their spending, also now cutting down about £300 million from their spending now on the pitch, and also they're not getting the result. They're not getting the result in the courtroom. So I pray that the president will be able to manage this situation. But Barcelona, we see today may not be the Barcelona, because the way things are going is not too fair for Barcelona at all. A lot of things is happening. Then they are losing their key players. Okay, last season they're losing almost 4 key players. I can't say, but Messi go this way. Even the Christmas was also they also left because all these things. Nobody are losing the player that they don't want to keep this player. It's because they are losing the player because of the spending in order to cut down their wages, their spending. And unfortunately, the Liga is also asking them to cut more. So, and on the pitch, they're not getting the result, and definitely I can't even blame Koeman. So it will take a miracle for a coach to even play well in this situation. But the thing is not doing well. if you look at the instance also, unfortunately, they suffered defeat and then
back-to-back defeats.
Of course, Alpha is
City and-
actually, happy. No, Manchester United.
Yeah, I mean,
they survived
he
scared.
was scared actually. Of course, I always knew that it was going to be difficult playing Villarreal, even at Old Trafford. Villarreal is a very compact team, highly defensive team. So I was even shocked that game, United ended up with 2 points. At the point, he all had like was going to be a trouble. That's the difference.
When you have a legend in your
yes,
team who is always
that's the difference, because truly in the last couple of games, United haven't really played up to expectation. But sometimes you just need one player, who makes the difference. And I think he stepped up at the right time.
Of course, Cristiano Ronaldo actually step up at the right time to ensure that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer actually get to breathe. It's a new fresh air in that particular one. Getting to win that match against Villarreal. There are some Europa matches that will be decided later today. Marseille against Galatasaray, Napoli against Sparta Moscow, League against Leicester City, Real Sociedad against Monaco, Lyon. We're actually battle also. Tottenham also will be in action later today, and all these matches are actually make up the Europa League. This is where we draw the curtain for Sports Orbit today. We ensure that you have actually enjoyed every bit of it, and we say you should actually make a return with us tomorrow for an independent full package of undiluted sports right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. It was nice talking sports with Salif Usman and Alpha Acho.
Pleasure to be here.
Of course, do make a return with us tomorrow, same time, same station. But for now, my name is Olawale Ayeni, and I'm saying you have a good day ahead of you. Bye bye for now, and God bless.